Hello, everyone. In this video, I'm going to briefly introduce to you the preliminary example for sections 3.1 and 3.2 on using derivatives to identify extreme values. Now, in this preliminary example, there are no new mathematical concepts that you haven't seen or thought about before. So I'd like you to go through and work through each section here. In this preliminary example, just to set it up, you are given a graph on the right here that shows the levels at a bay, let's say Puget Sound, or pick your favorite bay on Puget Sound, during a 21-hour period, starting at midnight. So if we look at the graph, 0 is where midnight occurs. Then as we move to the right, our hours increase. Specifically, this graph shows the height of the water above what's called the mean low tide, often abbreviated MLLW, because there's two low tides in a day. So there's like a low tide and a non-low tide. So anyway, water above mean low tide is given by this function. H is f of t, where t is the number of hours after midnight. So you need to use the graph to estimate the following statements or the following values. So just to get you set up here, part A, you're looking at the highest and lowest tides during the 21-hour period. So during this entire period, when is the tide highest and lowest? Part B, you're asked, what is the highest tide that occurs just between midnight and 9 a.m.? So you can identify midnight on our graph, which is here at the 0 mark, all the way up until 9 a.m. So we're only looking at the tide during this time. And we're asked what is the highest tide that occurs between those times. And then part C, you're asked what is the lowest tide that occurs between 6 a.m. and 3 p.m. and when does it occur? So we can identify those times on our graph here. So 6 a.m. is here, and then 3 p.m. goes past 12. 1, 2, 3, so 12 to 15. So if we just look, I'm going to zoom in here at this part of our graph. We're asked, when does the highest tide occur? Oh, sorry, let's look at that again. Lowest tide occur in that interval. All right, so again, we're just looking at the graphs. We're looking to identify the times that highs or lows occur over various time intervals. So please get your appetite for this section ready by finishing up these problems. And then I'll meet you in the next video.